This is a video for helping you with your chromatic fingerings to be able to play our Chromatic Scale number 1 warm-up on saxophone. So to start, you should have a copy of our Chromatic Scale number 1 sheet. And basically what this is learning how to play all the chromatic scale, all the half steps on your instrument, but we're going to break it down into chunks of about 4 different notes. And that's line 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are breaking it down. With each of these lines, the second and the fourth note are what we would consider a new chromatic fingering for you. You might recognize some of these because we've learned them in the book, or you might have learned them with another teacher or something like that. But the second and the fourth notes in every line, 1 through 5, are going to be the same. Some of them have 2 names. We call that enharmonic. G sharp is the same sound as A flat. It's just calling it by a different name because we have a sharp name and we have a flat name for some notes. Up from G is the same as down from A. So let's learn our first new fingering, G sharp or A flat. You might see G sharp used a little bit more than A flat for a saxophone. All right, so let's start with first finger, second finger, third finger, and now we have a pinky key. Let me show you that one on screen. So first finger, second finger, third finger. Now all of these are actually options for pinky keys. We're gonna use the top one, the closest one. Now that you know that fingering, find that on your instrument, play, and match me. Just dropping my cell phone, it's totally fine. Play and match. Okay, memorize that fingering. 1, 2, 3, and a pinky. Let's go back to that sheet. We're gonna spell through line 1. So please put fingers down for and say the note names. G, say that out loud, G. Add your pinky for G sharp. Lift up some fingers and play. Have A fingering, and now A flat is the other name for this new fingering. So put down those fingers again. 1, 2, 3, pinky for A flat, and then end on G. Let's try playing that. Ready? And slowly go. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to hold that whole note value just because we're going so slow. This whole note would last forever. Your breath would run out. Let's look at line 2. The new note in line 2 is called A sharp or B flat. Most commonly, you're going to see it as B flat. So to play A sharp or B flat, here's a new thing. We're going to play first and second finger. Now this, I put an arrow there because it's easy to miss. This is a side key. It's the bottom side key and it's going to be played by your right hand. Okay, so here's 1 and 2. And now all of these keys on the side can be played with the side of your hand. Sometimes we call them palm keys. So if your thumb is in the correct place under this hook, should be resting right above your fingernail, and your fingers are nice and curved over these keys, you should just be able to lean in your hand to play that bottom side key. So do 1, 2, side, and match me for this A sharp or B flat. All right, memorize that fingering. We're going to look at it and spell through that line. Put your fingers down for A. Now add that side key for A sharp. Lift up for B. That's just first finger down. Now this is the same fingering by a different name. B flat, 1, 2 side key, and then lift up for A. Let's play through that slowly. Ready? And go. All right, good. Memorized notes for number 2. Line number 3. This is the easiest note on saxophone. C sharp, also called D flat, you're going to see it as C sharp most often, is no fingers down. But now it's time to check on your hand position when no fingers are down. If you're holding the saxophone correctly, I'll back up a little bit. The weight of the sax needs to be on the neck strap, and then your thumbs kind of push out to get the saxophone to be the correct angle from you. Now, your neck strap also needs to be at the right length, right? So that the mouthpiece comes right to your mouth, so you don't have to go searching for it or tip your head up to get to it. So push out with your thumbs, and you should be able to have no fingers down on your saxophone. No fingers down. Okay, play C sharp. We're not going to throw our fingers out into the air. We're going to keep them close to the keys so that we could get to the next fingering really fast. But I just did that to show you there's no fingers down. C sharp, also called D flat. Play and match me. Okay, that's memorized. And let's spell through that line. We're looking right here. So middle finger down for C, and no fingers pressed down for C sharp. And now all fingers almost pressed down, octave and everything down for D. And now let go of everything again for D flat. That's the other name for our new note. No fingers down. Land on C. Play through that slowly. Line 3, ready? And slowly go. Line number 4. Only 2 left to go. Okay, we just got to our high D, so now we're going to play D sharp. It's like the D fingering. Thumb, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fingers down. We're going to add the top pinky key right below where you were just doing it. Let me show you that on the saxophone. We have octave key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's your top pinky key. Push that one down. Go ahead and match me for D sharp, also called E flat. If you get a low sound like I first did, that means you forgot your octave key. Play it again. All right, that's memorized. We're just adding that top pinky key to our D fingering, and that gives us D sharp. Let's spell through. Okay, say with me and do your fingerings on your instrument. D, add that pinky key for D sharp, lift up to the fingering for E, and now here's that other name for it. E flat is your new fingering, everything with that pinky key, and land on D. Let's play. Ready? Line 4. And our last line today is 5. So we're going to be telling the difference between F natural, which occurs twice, it has that natural sign because right here we're going to use F sharp. Okay, F natural is thumb, 1, 2, 3, first finger. If you wanted an F sharp, you would only have your second finger in your right hand. So it's really important that you be able to tell those apart. Okay, thumb, 1, 2, 3, first finger, F natural. If it was F sharp, we would just use our middle finger. There is a chromatic fingering for this that we will teach you in 7th grade when you're going to go faster through your chromatic scale. But for right now, this is F natural, this is F sharp. If you know that alternate fingering, you can play it whenever you want. Okay, let's spell through. So we're going to say E, move your fingers to F, which is first finger down, flip to your second finger in your right hand for F sharp, flip back to your first finger in your right hand, and land on E. Let's play. Ready? And line 5, slowly. Those are all 5 lines, and then when you're done, you can practice putting them all together for line 6, but it's important that we start with those chunks to make it easier. Keep practicing. I know you can do it.